is to save his career.
It's my last chance now. I've tried everything. I've had cortisone injections, I've tried anti-inflammatory tablets, you name it. I've done it, acupuncture, massage. Nothing seems to work, so surgery is the last option. This afternoon I go into hospital. I don't even know what time the operation is yet because the surgeon is very busy. Probably about 3:30 they'll put me under, and I'll probably come out about 4 o'clock and it'll all be done.
If the consequences of this not working?
Oh, the end of my career. Yeah, I mean, I'll have to think of something else. There's always going to be a risk. I always ask, you know, what are the chances? And they say, well, we can't tell you. Once we actually get in there, that's when we're going to know. It's quite nerve-wracking, really. I mean, it's worse than going on stage.
Don't rush. And it's Judgment Day at White Lodge in Richmond Park, home of the Royal Ballet's junior school. The young dancers, aged between 11 and 13, are soon to face a nerve-wracking ordeal.
Finish. Don't drop your leg.
The first one we saw, what's the Irish lady's name?
Emma.
They're taught it, I see a whole class, and only certain people are picked. So, and I worry about that, seeing them so young, having to, you know, how awful the rest of the week or the rest of the term will be, that they've had this big disappointment not being in Nutcracker. Who goes first? I don't mind.
Who's going to be brave and go first? Come on, Emma.
Not any more Fritzes.
On the first night, one of these girls will dance Clara, the owner of the Nutcracker doll. The boys are competing for the part of Fritz, Clara's envious brother.
And go. So we give them a place where they can find that gift on the children's programming of public television. Perhaps the finest minds in history are here now. Where they go tomorrow is entirely up to us.
You're watching Vermonti TV.
I'm Spencer Christian. The nation's largest regional railroad is on the move. We're getting a close-up look at how the Wisconsin Central is adding track to its rail empire. Then we'll travel to Orlando to see how a model railroad fits together like a puzzle. And Aloha, we're heading to Oahu and Maui for railroads Hawaiian style. Then we'll meet Larry Fisher, a man who started sketching as a child but didn't cash in on his painting talents until a few years ago. Stay with us, there's tracks ahead.
Funding for Tracks Ahead is provided in part by a grant from Kalmbach Publishing Company, publishers of trains and other hobby magazines and books. By the Brio Corporation, creators of the genuine Brio wooden railway, the train system powered by imagination. And by William K. Walters Incorporated, a manufacturer and distributor of model railroad products, catalogs, and supplies, serving hobbyists and dealers worldwide since 1932.
The Wisconsin Central is on the move. It's the largest regional railroad, but with every acquisition, the region keeps growing larger.
Since '87, we've acquired some portions of the CNNW in northwest Wisconsin, their line to Duluth. And then we had two significant acquisitions, the Green Bay and Western and the Fox River Valley, which we purchased from Itel Corporation in 1993. Also in 1993, we took a position in the privatization of New Zealand Rail. We and two financial partners today are the owners of New Zealand Rail, which is the only railroad in New Zealand, and it's a system of similar size to Wisconsin Central.
With this man at the helm, the Wisconsin Central has become a very profitable railroad. Edward Burkhart is the president and chief executive officer of the Wisconsin Central, a position he's held since 1987. Before that, he spent 20 years with the Chicago and Northwestern. His most recent position there was vice president.
In the mid-1980s, as the large railroads began to shed unprofitable lines to entrepreneurial operators, that process interested me, and in fact, that's what came to pass at Wisconsin Central.
Under Burkhart's direction, the Wisconsin Central purchased from the Sioux Line 421 miles of track, the road between Chicago and the twin cities of Minneapolis and St. Paul. To some, the purchase of the Green Bay and Western and Fox River Valley lines was a controversial move.
When we made our deal to purchase the two ITEL railroads, they were both unionized, and the unions mounted a rather vicious campaign to demonize this company in the view of the employees of those companies. But we got over all of that, and the former Green Bay and Western and Fox River Valley employees that work today for our subsidiary Fox Valley and Western seem to be doing well and have the same good morale and good productivity and good attitudes that are representative of the rest of our system.
With each new purchase comes the opportunity of upgrading the track, the rolling stock, and the engine. For the Wisconsin Central, upgrading is the key.
What the Wisconsin Central is trying to obtain or accomplish by reducing the horsepower of the locomotives is to ensure that we have longevity life of the locomotive. When we got them, they're already been used. So what we want to do is ensure that we have a good crankshaft on it. Too much horsepower, a 20-cylinder engine. The crankshaft it's too long, so what we do is reduce the horsepower to increase the life of the crankshaft itself, because that's a real expensive item.
The Wisconsin Central earlier this year installed on my district from Allenton to Fond du Lac 25,000 ties to improve track safety, and right now we're going through a joint welding program to eliminate the joints that are easily battered with the amount of freight that we're running over it, which will be increased speed. And we also added 5 connections in the yard here to our new newly acquired FVW railroad. And the yard there will soon be expanded to hold more freight and switching in the yard.
Even during the recession of the late 1980s, the Wisconsin Central was thriving. Much of that is due to the attention to the customer's needs. One of their chief customers is the paper industry in Wisconsin.
The paper industry is about 60% of our total business, and they're certainly very key to our success. We're forever trying to improve our service, get more competitive, look at some location where they're using trucks, for example, and see if we can provide a better mousetrap by using rail. And that's the essence of competition and customer service. The paper industry, there's no industry anywhere that's a stronger backer of this company than the paper industry. And we serve them all in Wisconsin and the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, and we'll expand that more with our Algoma Central purchase.
That's right. The Wisconsin Central has added Canada's Algoma Central to its expanding inventory, and there may be more international acquisitions in the future.
Until very recently, the only railroads in the world that were privately owned in any quantities were in the United States, and one railroad in Canada. One large railroad in Canada and several small ones. Today, governments are slimming down and reforming themselves in countries around the world, and in a lot of cases, this means selling off the government-owned railroad, which in most cases has traditionally lost all kinds of money and provided a relatively poor level of service. So we're very interested in what's going on in other countries, Australia, South Africa, Europe, places like that, and we could become involved if a privatization takes place there.
There is no doubt that the Wisconsin Central is prospering and growing. But will this steady rate of expansion change the operation?
I think you have to provide an excellent service and price package to your customer. And if you'll do that, you'll prosper. You can't lose sight of the customer. The railroads that I brought up with had lost sight of the customer during an era that they were monopolies.
Starting in 1987 with 421 miles of track, the Wisconsin Central is now the largest regional railroad in the country with just under 3,000 miles of track. It's an efficient line that's on the move. Now, a module is a piece that fits together to form a whole. And by using a module, it's easy to set up all of the pieces anywhere. When you have a modular railroad, it means you can have lots of different styles all in one layout. Let's take a look.
In busy Orlando, Florida, there are lots of places to go shopping. Behind this storefront, you may find a mesa, a farm, and track galore.
Hi, welcome aboard.
We started meeting in a two-car garage and building our modules there as part of his railroad. We grew out of that fairly quick, and we moved into a small shopping center that we got for free, no rent charge, just to be there. And we grew out of that, and we ended up here. As you can see, we got a much larger facility, and we now have somewhere near 30, 35 modules, which gives us somewhere about 325 linear feet of track all the way around, which means that we can run 100-car freight trains.
This group is made up of all kinds of folks, from CPAs to retirees. Each creation tells a story.
Well, I built this module basically to represent a generic southwestern scene. It includes mesas and cacti and an Indian shepherd on the hill. We also have a dinosaur excavation over here where the dinosaur was discovered while the main line track was being excavated. And there's an old narrow gauge line that is still evident alongside the main line, and other types of things that you would typically see in the desert Southwest.
In front of us here we have Bill Yoder's who likes to do logging. So we've got about 8 or 16 feet of modular layout here that's got logging on it with a little back line serving the logging industry. Here we've just got a rural scene with a river running through it.
There's a lot of cooperation in this club. Some of the projects are done in tandem.
Tom wanted to build his first module as part of the club, and he wanted to have something where the tracks were above the standard land area. And so he designed it to be a low in the center module.
And one of the things that we wanted to do all along is try to tie module scenes a little bit more together. So Ed and I collaborated. This is his module, and he was already way ahead of me when I started about 4 months ago.
And we decided that we needed a few houses to sort of complement the city scene, the town scene. And that's how we came up with the idea of this area here where we have a small suburban street.
Yeah, in a joint venture type of style, we have shaped the landscape, put the plaster and all this together. And every now and then, Ed got a little bit ahead with the scenery, and I had to follow through with getting the houses ready to put all this together. Different about this, about most other, is that we work with foam, which is a lot easier, so you can just go in, slice a corner off if it doesn't look right, or fit a road in differently. So it was an interesting approach for both of us, for the first time working with different materials and working together.
The advantages are, first of all, if you don't have room in your house to build a layout, you can build a small module at home and bring it with the other club members and assemble a finished railroad. If we had to move this club tomorrow, we would set up someplace else and we have a different arrangement. The flexibility of the modules allows us to do that so that we can go anywhere in the country with people that have the same modules and rebuild our layout.
Not only is this storefront a display area, but it's also a place for working.
I'm going to do away with the Secretary's report and the Treasury report.
A place for meeting, and a library, too.
I find it relaxing. It's after a week of work, it's just a great place to come, good comradeship, and I just like detailing the model and running trains. So that's the enjoyment I get out of it. And making an operating power plant is kind of an interesting goal.
I like to come to the club because it gives me an opportunity to do something with my hands. It gives me a time to get away from my work, gives me a time to be with friends who share a common interest and take my mind off of other things.
I think there are probably 3 or 4 different basic types in the club. There are modelers, there are collectors, there are builders, and I'm a runner. I enjoy watching the trains run.
Whether it's building, running, collecting, or modeling, the members of the Orlando Society of Model Railroaders do it for the fun.
If your modular club is looking for a location, Stu recommends checking out empty strip malls. Many times the leases are short, just until they find another business to occupy the space. And being modular means you can tear down and set up quickly elsewhere. Now, coming up, a visit with an artist who has been sketching trains since he was a child. But first, the tropical paradise is alive with color and lush beauty. But for some rail fans, it's the sound of a train whistle that has them heading to the Hawaiian shores.
The islands of Hawaii are a favorite vacation destination for tourists seeking sun and fun. But rail fans, take heart. There's something for you on these islands. On Maui, between Ka'anapali Beach and the old town of Lahaina, there's a 6-mile tourist line called the Lahaina, Ka'anapali and Pacific Railroad. This line carries over 380,000 passengers a year on a track reserved for the sugarcane train.
The railroad follows the right-of-way that Pioneer Sugar Mill had, and the sugar mill is still in operation here at Lahaina. Today they haul the sugar cane in from the fields in large trucks, but years ago, up until 1953, the transport of the sugar cane was done by a narrow gauge railroad, and they had small steam engines similar to what we have, and many hundreds of little cane cars that they carried the cane on. And the railroad was a very important part of the milling operation in that it provided the bulk of the transport for the sugarcane into the mill.
Lahaina, Ka'anapali and Pacific has 2 steam locomotives. These 2 4.0s burn oil and weigh about 26 tons.
The cars are stylized like turn-of-the-century passenger cars that had been in Hawaii here. They're very light and airy type cars. The windows are open most of the time. Our coaches are a little bit larger in size than the original wooden ones, but they look very similar to them in appearance. The train ride takes just about 40 minutes to go one way on the railroad. And the train stops for 10 or 15 minutes at each end of the railroad. And at Lahaina, it's turned around on a turntable, the locomotive is. And at the Ka'anapali end of the railroad, the whole train goes around a loop at the shop area, which is where we're at now.
Along this route, be prepared for a change in scenery. You can expect to see beautiful mountains, sugarcane fields, and resort communities. On some days, it's possible to see 3 other islands in the Hawaiian chain. It all happens on Maui, on the Lahaina, Ka'anapali and Pacific Railroad. Across the water on the island of Oahu, trains are also rolling at the Hawaiian Railway Society.
The purpose of the Hawaiian Railway Society is twofold. First of all, to save and restore as much of the old rolling stock as possible. And secondly, education, to educate people about this aspect of Hawaii's history and to save it for future generations. The route that the train follows is the historic track of the ORNL, and it starts here at Eva and goes out toward the west about, well, it's an 11-mile round trip. It's a single stretch of track. And our track now extends out to just beyond the Ko'olina Resort. Eventually, we'd like to be able to go as far as Nanakuli. This is the only stretch of track really that remains. Most of it was torn up after World War II.
I'm a volunteer, and during the day, my regular day job is Chief Financial Officer for a construction company. I've been with the Society now for about 26 years.
I'm a volunteer here. In real life, I work for BHP, which is a petroleum company over here.
Most of the staff of the Hawaiian Railway is volunteer. You can find them doing just about anything, from operating trains to restoring old cars. Dave Lomas has just put the finishing touches on this private coach.
When it first came here to the Society, the platform that I'm leaning against now was pretty much non-existent. It ended around here, dry rotted, taking care of the rest of it. There was no platform at the other end. The roof was in very bad state. A lot of the wood on the roof had to be repaired.
It took Lomas and other volunteers over 8 years to restore the ornate detail.
The cost to restore this coach was $20,000. $10,000 came from a grant from the Dillingham Corporation, and the other $10,000 came from the Society, from the money they got from the train rides. Interesting point is it cost $8,000 something to build the thing initially in 1900.
This coach belonged to the founder of the Oahu Railway and Land Company, Benjamin Dillingham. He had the vision to expand transportation for the sugarcane business. His vision was called Dillingham's Folly. It was this engine that pulled the first train back in 1889.
And on the great day, all the dignitaries arrived, and they rode in 2 open flat cars. And because it was a momentous occasion, they were dressed in their finest, which meant most of them were wearing white. Unfortunately, the man who had cleaned the boiler, or had cleaned Kauila, hadn't done a real good job on the boiler. And as they approached the Palama rice fields, the engineer opened the throttle, and Kauila shot a shower of black gunk, steam, smoke, grit, coal dust, you name it, all over the dignitaries in their fine white clothes. At the end of the line, they hastily departed from the train and hurried back to Honolulu by whatever means possible, some of them even on foot.
There are more pieces in the Railway Society's collection of rolling stock, all of them in various states of repair. They have to sell a lot of tickets to get the funds for restoration.
Well, we've had some offers to buy us out, to put a lot of money in here and make it a more glitzy, touristy ride, but we are trying very, very hard to keep it historic, and so even though we'll never be rich, we're turning down all offers.
My early Sioux lines, when I first started painting, I did quite a bit of Sioux lines. And every one was probably a memory of when I was about 8 or 9 years old down by the yards in Harvey, North Dakota. I can still smell the locomotives. I know exactly the sound they made when they're just sitting there, the canting they made. And even the snow scenes I do bring back a happy memory from probably the early 50s.
Larry's first serious canvas was a gift for his father, who was retiring from the Sioux line.
My dad retired in about '76, and I did a painting of basically his office, which was a Sioux Line caboose, and disappearing into a North Dakota blizzard. And I just titled it The Final Ride. And actually it was very popular. Sioux Line heard about it, and they made it into a Christmas card a couple years later.
It was his father's trips on the Sioux Line that started Larry's art career.
When my dad left for probably a week at a time on the road, he used to write a letter back to my mom, and he used to include drawings. He was a pretty good artist at that time, I think. But he said he wasn't, but that influenced me, and I used to draw pictures. Me and my brother used to draw pictures of the railroads and send them back to him on the road.
By day, Larry creates artwork for KTNV TV in Las Vegas. His canvas there is a TV screen, and his brush, a computer. He's been working in TV since the 60s. His uncle sent pictures of some of his railroad paintings to Railfan magazine, and that launched another art career with commissions and gallery showings.
Actually, it all started from that March '81 issue of Railfan magazine. Quite a few wrote in for commission works, and then I did those, and then it got to some, like this gentleman in California now. I've done about 5 or 6 Southern Pacifics for him, and a lot of book covers, dust jackets, and magazine covers.
It does not take an art critic to notice the exacting detail found in his work. Research is the key.
I collect a lot of like old magazines from the early 50s and 40s, like Post and Life, and just look at their ads and their automobile ads and all that sort of thing. Make sure we stay in the right time frame, because I know a lot of the railroad people, not really the art people, the railroad people they'll look for the mistakes. They'll try to. I know there's quite a few up north that looked at my Sioux lines and really trying to find something. Hey, wait, this bolt or this pipe didn't go with the Class C locomotive or something like that.
Although some of his paintings are very large, Larry does much of his painting with a #1 brush and a magnifying glass. And although the scenes may include other details, it's still the trains that interest him.
If you can satisfy a railroad person on the painting, then I feel pretty good. That's what I like to do, just to jog a memory from the old rails, you know, that's the way it used to be or something like that. That makes me feel good.
The biggest compliment Larry has earned for his work comes from retired steam engineers who comment that a scene really takes them back to the good old days. Larry is a member of several railroad historical and technical societies. Thank you for joining us on Tracks Ahead. When we meet again, we'll meet a Broadway set designer who creates some of the most expensive model railroads in the country. And we'll meet a master modeler and her husband. And then it's all aboard the Boone and Scenic Valley, a volunteer railroad in Iowa. I'm Spencer Christian. See you for the next Tracks Ahead.
Tracks Ahead has been made possible by the Channel 10 and 36 Friends and by grants from Kalmbach Publishing Company, publishers of Trains and other hobby magazines and books. By the Brio Corporation, creators of the genuine Brio Wooden Railway, the train system powered by imagination. And by William K. Walters Incorporated, a manufacturer and distributor of model railroad products, catalogs, and supplies, serving hobbyists and dealers worldwide since 1932. Tracks Ahead is now available on video cassette. To order your copy, have your Visa, MasterCard, Discover, or American Express card ready and call 1-800-9-RAIL-TV. You can own a single episode for $19.95 or the entire series, plus special Tracks Ahead collectors HO or N-Gauge model boxcars. Call now, 1-800-9RAIL-TV, or send $19.95 plus $3.95 shipping and handling to Pentrex Video, P.O. Box 94911, Pasadena, California, 91109.
There is a place where a burning desert touches an icy sea, where life flourishes despite the trials of survival. Here, the sea, wind, and sun are joined as nowhere else on Earth, a marriage of contrast that affirms the power of life. Experience Namib, Africa's burning shore, as Reader's Digest World presents The Living Edens.
Coming Wednesday, July 16th on Vermont ETV.
If you're a creature adventurer, you won't want to miss Vermont ETV Day at Park Safari on Saturday, July 5th. Arrive anytime between 10 a.m. and 3 p.m. and you will enjoy the sights and sounds of hundreds of animals, as well as swimming, shows, rides, and games for the entire family. As a Vermont ETV member, your family will receive a 40% discount off the regular entrance fee. Just bring your member card, program guide, or recent correspondence that shows you're a Vermont ETV member, and you'll receive your discount. And Park Safari will donate 15% of the day's entrance fees to Vermont ETV, so you'll be supporting your favorite programs as well. If you love animals, the outdoors, and having fun, then Park Safari in Hemingford, Quebec is the place to be on Saturday, July 5th, as we celebrate Vermont ETV Day.
Have it now. Open it.
I can't take this. There's more than $1,000 here.
1,800. It was my escape money. I thought about it, especially in the beginning when we first got married. I just never did it. Your father wouldn't have guessed I even thought about leaving. And I didn't really. It was nothing serious. It was just an idea that would pass.
I'm afraid to leave.
You're not afraid of Red Malone. And you're not afraid of Los Angeles. Is it Jack Parker? Is that why you don't want to go?
No. I was going to try and get him to go with me.
Then it's because of me.
I'm not leaving Mercury.
Oh, yes, you are. And you're going to do it right away, as soon as you can. You're going to do it before I get sicker. And I can tell you for sure, I'm going to get sicker.
You don't know that.
Oh, honey, that's not what worries me either. It's your daddy. He thinks if he wishes hard enough, I won't be sick anymore. And if you think your staying here is going to make it any easier for me or for him, you're wrong. That is not what you're meant to do. And I'll tell you right now, if you don't get to Los Angeles, if you never get anywhere at all, and it's because of me, I don't want that hanging over me.
I don't want to leave you.
I refuse to have that hanging over my grave, and that's all there is to it.
How can I go?
You pack your suitcases, and you take this money, and you get on a bus. Oh, my sweet girl. You just go.
Is this your father? Uh-huh. Needs to be more light in here. You really look wonderful sitting there. Do you have any of your mother? Yeah. There's a picture of my mother. Just before she got married. Oh, she doesn't look like herself anymore. No? Who does she look like? She looks nothing like you. I got into school. Mary! That's wonderful! I know, we should go out and celebrate. We go to the torch. Oh, Les would never let me go out to a bar. What's wrong with him? If I went, I'd order a grasshopper. That's a drink, isn't it? I'm gonna make you one right now. No, you can't do that. Come on, you're the first person I've told. I haven't even told Jack yet. Do you have any cream to milk or cream to cocoa? No? Without vodka. I have to improvise. Is it all right to do this when you're pregnant? Oh, Nancy, you're having one drink. You probably won't have another one for 5 years. Hey. Ooh. Oh, God. Ooh. Oh, let's see. That's terrible. Out with Arnie. I mean, poor Arnie. He was so ugly. If you looked up ugly in the dictionary, it would say, see Arnie.
Hello. What the hell's going on here? What are those supposed to be?
They're grasshoppers, yeah.
So what, you're drinking at 4 o'clock in the afternoon now?
Wait a minute.
I think you better go home now, Mary Ann, right now. I don't see any dinner here.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, Mary Ann, let's go. Out.
Hey, just a minute. Just because you talk to Nancy like that, don't think you can talk to me like that. Maybe she didn't have time to make dinner. Maybe she didn't want to make dinner. Maybe you should do it.
Maybe you should watch what you say.
I think you better go, Mary Ann. You sure you don't want me to stay?
Tell her to get the hell out of here, Nancy.
Please go. Oh.
You all right?
Of course I'm all right.
Where's Les? Les! Where is he? Nancy, I need to...
What are you doing?
Oh.
Jack! Jack!
You must be crazy! You saw him! You're all a witness! You saw me attack me for no reason! I'm just sitting there!
Guess I'm gonna have to teach that brother of yours not to fool with me.
Les, what are you gonna do to him? Oh my God. Oh. Les, what are you gonna do?
I'm not gonna do anything to him. You are.
No! No!
Call him up. And you're gonna invite him to come over to the house. And you're gonna tell him to be here at 6 o'clock. And then once he gets here, see, then I'll take care of him. Now, you're gonna call him up. Are you gonna call him up?
I won't.
You won't.
No!
I think you will. Will you? You gonna do what I tell you? Are you? Yes? Is that a yes? Good. I see. That is cool and calm. Cool.
Hello?
Hello, Jack?
Are you all right?
Yes, I'm all right. Could you come over at 6?
Yeah, I can be there. It's no problem.
Okay.
You sure you're all right?
Yeah, I'm all right. I'll see you at 6.
Okay, bye-bye.
That was very good. Now, I want you to take the kids, and I want you to take them over to your parents' house. Now, I don't want to see you or the kids when I get back here. You got that? Come on, I'm not gonna kill him. I'm only gonna teach him a lesson.
In the beloved childhood classic, there's no time to waste. The Wind in the Willows. Tonight on Masterpiece Theater. Masterpiece Theater is made possible by the Corporation for Public Broadcasting and by contributions to your PBS station from viewers like you. Thank you.
Looking for some drama and a bit of history? Well, you've come to the right place.
When you go to auction, you got to be really cold-blooded about it, because getting in a bidding match is not always the best thing. Sure. Sure, that's great.
Oh, my goodness.
Hard to believe a little chunk of wood, huh?
Oh, my goodness.
Don't miss our visit to Mobile, Alabama on the next Antiques Roadshow. Tomorrow at 8, 7 Central on most PBS stations.
Expect a masterpiece.
Now we come to John Dice and John Dice.
The most famous case in Chancery is about a will. Why? A great deal of money depends on it.
And I am bored to death with it.
Gillian Anderson and Charles Dance lead an all-star cast in Charles Dickens' tale of a court case that never ends.
That case destroys men's lives. I will have justice!
Bleak House on Masterpiece Theater. Masterpiece Theater was made possible by the Corporation for Public Broadcasting and by contributions to your PBS station from viewers like you. Thank you.
We are PBS.
Local broadcast of Masterpiece Theater on Vermont Public Television is supported in part by Nicholas Hoare Booksellers, Montreal, Toronto, and Ottawa, predominantly British bookshops, featuring a broad selection of books and CDs for both adults and children in settings which invite browsing. Information on the web. By Kendall at Hanover, an accredited continuing care retirement community in New Hampshire's Upper Valley, providing experience, environment, and education for older persons near Dartmouth Hitchcock Medical Center, offering small-town charm, cosmopolitan culture, and atmosphere. This program is also supported by contributing members like you.
Broadcast of this evening's programs on Vermont Public Television is supported in part by Burlington's Flynn Center. Burlington's Flynn Center for the Performing Arts, presenting the Reduced Shakespeare Company in Completely Hollywood, Abridged, on Sunday, April 29th at 7 p.m. These programs are also supported by contributing members like you.
You're watching viewer-supported Vermont Public Television, Vermont statewide public television network.
Nobody joins a cult. Nobody joins something they think is going to hurt them.
Who's going to decide
who and when a person's going to die.
She went up to that Kool-Aid, and she died in my arms.
Die with a degree of dignity. Don't lay down with tears and agony.
Jonestown, coming Monday night at 9 here on VPT. The VPT Travel and Leisure online auction is back and better than ever. Click to the auction website at vpt.org to view auction items and to place your bids. Bid on a 2007 Toyota Prius powered by Toyota's hybrid Synergy drive with an EPA estimated 60 miles per gallon in the city and 70% less smog-forming emissions. And it's courtesy of your New England Toyota dealers. It's waiting online in the VPT Travel and Leisure online auction. Preview items now at vpt.org. Live bidding April 15th through the 29th. And don't miss our auction preview program April 15th through the 29th. Everyone who registers will be entered in the raffle for a 32-inch JVC HD TV, courtesy of the Superstore. So log on and bid.
On Nova, global warming, worse than we think.
We got a double whammy.
What we discovered was tenfold.
The largest temperature swing in the last 30 years.
Have we been deceived by a dimming sun? Watch Nova.
Join us Tuesday at 8 on VPT.
Chittenden is proud to sponsor this program on Vermont Public Television. Chittenden, for over 100 years, providing financial planning and solutions for Vermonters. Whether you're 7 or 70, Chittenden can help you prepare for what lies ahead. This program is also supported by contributing members like you.
This program was made possible by the Corporation for Public Broadcasting.
Portions of this special were funded by Walmart as part of its support of Talk, Listen, Connect, a Sesame Workshop outreach initiative for military families.
Hello, I'm Cuba Gooding Jr., and I'm on one of the most famous streets in the world, Sesame Street. The first time I started to pay attention to television was on Sesame Street. For generations, they have provided support for children in a variety of situations. Recently, they extended a hand to military parents and their families through an educational initiative titled Talk, Listen, Connect. The project is designed to support the nearly 750,000 children under the age of 5 who are coping with their parents' military deployment, the most since World War II. During the taping of Talk, Listen, Connect, we found ourselves incredibly moved by their touching stories. When a parent is deployed, the entire family is deployed, a situation that requires equal parts of courage and sacrifice. For those of you who are members of a military family, we hope you will find some useful coping strategies here. For those of you who are not, we think you will be moved by the sacrifices these families make in support of the rest of us. The people you will meet represent the thousands of men and women who make up the larger collective family of the United States military. Please, join me now for a different walk on this video.
Hello, I'm Dean Cain, and thank you for joining us tonight. It was a privilege for me to play Bruce Murakami in tonight's Hallmark Hall of Fame movie, and now I'm honored to introduce the real Bruce Murakami.
Thank you, Dean. You know, I have the privilege of speaking to thousands of students every year about making good choices when driving. Justin continues to join me, even though he long ago completed his required community service. While safe driving is the focus, the question I'm asked most often is, how could you forgive someone who took the lives of your wife and daughter? My faith gave me no other choice, and I knew I must forgive him. Until I did, my life was stuck, and I was becoming another victim of this tragedy. Forgiving Justin changed all that, and I believe it saved my life and ultimately the lives of others too.
Bruce Murakami's story and his work with young people are making a real difference in many lives. You can learn more about his work with students today, his personal journey to forgiveness, or simply share your response to Bruce's story through a special internet link at hallmark.com. Thank you very much for watching.
We hope you've enjoyed this evening's presentation of the Hallmark.
Time. It's fun to spend time with my family. We just have a lot of fun. I like to play chess with my family. I win all the time. It's fun to spend time with my family. My family and me watch baseball and basketball games, and we play board games. I go swimming with my brother too. Sometimes we take my dog for a walk because we can ride our scooters, and sometimes when I'm riding, I ride pretty fast, so he tries to run and catch up to me. We have a lot of fun together.
My favorite thing to do with my family is play cards and play catch. We go to the park and play catch with my dad and play cards with my sister. I love to laugh with my sister. We have a lot of fun.
Coming up next on the Bernstein Bears.
There it is, Big Bear Mall.
It's huge.
That hardware store has to be around here somewhere.
My ticket's gone.
And is the metal bar still stuck?
No, and I learned that when you go on a boat, you need to wear a life jacket. And do you know what else? If your boat is big enough, you can bring your whole house with you.
Is this the kitchen?
No, Daddy. This is a bathroom. I can't find the kitchen.
I spy what looks like an oven door.
Now that I'm 4, over here, I'm learning lots of things. To come and play with me, visit pbskids.org or America Online keyword PBS Kids.
This program was made possible by contributions to your PBS station from viewers like you. Thank you.
Local broadcast of Caillou on Vermont Public Television is supported in part by Smuggler's Notch Vermont, America's Family Resort, award-winning children's programs presented year-round. By Child Care Fund of Vermont, promoting school success through early care and education. Information is available at our website. This broadcast is also supported by contributing members like you.
Sesame Street Live is coming to town.
Your family's favorite Sesame Street characters will be bringing their interactive and educational show, Everyone Makes Music, to Burlington's Memorial Auditorium.
Support children's programming on Vermont Public Television with a pledge of $60, and we'll send you a pair of tickets to the performance of your choice.
Pledge $100, and your family will receive 4 tickets to any performance.
Call the number on your screen or visit our website at vpt.org.
Jump for joy! You're watching PBS Kids on Vermont Public Television. The program was made possible by contributions to your PBS station by viewers like you. Thank you.
Coming up next on the Berenstain Bears.